Hi guys, it's Chef Chili Man Chili. Welcome to my kitchen. In just a few moments here, we are going to be making vegetarian steak fajitas. For the serving, for the portion that we're about to make, nutrition-wise, you're looking about 18 grams of protein and only 4 grams of carbohydrates, just in the vegetarian steak that we will be introducing into the fajitas. So that's a huge health benefit right there, because the tortillas are usually high carb, so it's good to have something that's high protein in there. Since we're not using real meat, we still have something that is a high protein substitute for real meat. So I hope you enjoy them, and we'll get started here shortly. Okay, so the very first thing I like to do is kind of get myself a little bit organized and make sure that I have all the ingredients that I'm going to be using right there in front of me, ready, so I don't have to go around searching and wondering where's this and where's that right when I need it. So everything I have is right here that I'll be using. Ingredients. This is what's going to be going into our fajitas. So in just a few seconds here, we're going to begin prep. So the very first thing I always like to do is to get the bell pepper and onion and the garlic prepped up and ready to go. So we will begin chopping those here shortly. So we'll stop right here and pick up right after the prep's been done. So texture and presentation are just as important as anything else in cooking. So we'll start with the onion here. The first thing I like to do is go ahead and cut the onion in half. The next thing I'm going to be doing is cutting the onion into strips, and then just cutting it in half one more time. So what that will do is just kind of give it the onion strip kind of look that you see in fajitas that are served in restaurants. So it's not a really strict cut, so you don't have to be super precise about it, and you're going to have a few big pieces here and there, and that's okay. So we'll go ahead and get started with that now. Okay, now you can see that my onions are now cut in half. So from this point here, the next thing we will do is just put our onions into a bowl, so they will be ready to go into the skillet here shortly. And the next thing we're going to do is move on to cutting the bell peppers. Okay, so now we have the bell pepper we're going to work with. So the very first thing I'm going to do is just do a cut right into the top, and just cut that little stem out of the top and just pull it out. Okay, now that the stem at the top's been pulled out, we're going to go ahead and just slice the bell pepper in half, and then begin cutting it into strips, just kind of like we did the onion. Okay, so here you see that I've cut up my bell peppers into strips. The very next thing I'm going to do is cut those strips in half. Okay, now you can see my bell peppers have been cut in half, and this is the extent of the prep for the bell peppers. So they are ready for the iron skillet. So for now they're going to go into a bowl, and the next thing I'm going to work on will be the vegetarian steak that I'll be using. Okay, what you're seeing is a product called Choplets. This is what I like to use for the vegetarian steak. These two slices that you see here is what will go into our fajitas. There are 18 grams of protein in those two slices, and only 4 grams of carbs. So for something low in carbs, high in protein, this is an excellent product to be able to use as a substitute for steak that gives you as close as possible the taste and texture. The last time I actually served this at a party, I actually had people walk up to me and ask me if I had made veal fajitas, because to them it had the taste and texture of veal. So I thought that was quite the compliment for that. So, but this is what we'll be working with. We're going to just start by cutting them into strips, kind of like we did the onions and the bell peppers, and then cutting those strips in half. Okay, so now we have everything chopped up into little strips. So this is the extent of the prep for this part. This will also go into a bowl, and I'll have it just sitting off to the side ready for when it goes into the skillet as well. We're going to move on to the garlic. So I usually like to just get maybe 3 or 4 good cloves of garlic that I can mince up. So I'll move on to that next, and we'll start back up again once the garlic's been completely minced. Okay, as you can see, the garlic has been finely minced, and I just put it into a small little container here, so it's prepped and ready to go. I'm just going to pull out here, and you can see, excuse me, and you can see the veggies are all nice and neat and put into bowls, so they're ready to go. And then the very next thing I'm going to do is start heating up my pan. So if you look over here, you can see I've got an iron skillet that's ready to go. I usually like to cook my fajitas in a skillet just because there's something about the presentation. If you've ever been in a restaurant where they come right off the grill sizzling, right over to your plate when they bring it to you to the table, there's just something really special about that experience. So to me, it starts with just cooking it in an iron skillet. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll start by getting just a little bit of oil here, and we're just going to put a good amount of oil here right into the pan. And I usually like to turn it up, you know, if every stove is a little bit different, but I like to turn mine just a little bit below high. So for me, the next number below high, I can go from 9 or 8. I usually turn it up to about 8, so just a little bit below high, and just let it heat up pretty good here. When it starts to get pretty hot, then I dump all of the ingredients except the garlic. I add the garlic later because I don't want that burnt yet, because I want the flavor to come in a little bit later on in that experience. So when this gets nice and hot, we'll throw all the veggies in there, and we'll start it. I like to start it hot because I want to get a good sear on the veggies and on the chocolates as well. So we'll pick up here once we've got everything in the pan and we're cooking. Okay, we got some of the veggies in here. We're going to go ahead and add some of the rest of them in here. If you've got your pan hot enough, you should have a nice sizzle. And just start stirring them immediately. Okay, so you can see what I did here. I got a good sizzle going on, so and they're starting to caramelize a little bit, so that sear and caramelization is starting to happen. So I went ahead and turned the fire on down to about 3 or 4, somewhere in there is good, depending on your stove. And that's a good place to just kind of let it sit there for a little bit. And from here, this is where you want to kind of jump back in there and keep stirring. So we'll pick back up in a little bit here. I'll probably be stirring here for about another 5 or 10 minutes. When you start to see them start to brown up just a tiny bit, you don't want your veggies, your bell peppers to start looking wilted. So still kind of want to have that fresh look for a little bit, and then just keep turning them and stirring, flipping them around in the pan until they start to get pretty well cooked here, and the onions start to caramelize. That's a good sign. So we'll pick back up here just a little bit. Okay, we've been at this now probably about 5 minutes here. Everything starts to caramelize nicely. I've turned up the fire to almost back up to high here just to finish it off. So the very last stage here, I'm going to add in the minced garlic and then start stirring that in. And then I wish you could be here to smell it. The whole place it's smelling like fajitas. It smells really, really amazing in here. So we're going to mix that garlic in there. Now we added quite a bit of oil in there before just because the next thing we're going to do is add the seasoning, which is going to be chili powder. And when we do that, you'll be surprised at how much it absorbs. But that's okay because we've got the crowning touch saved for last. This is almost done. We're going to go ahead and turn the fire down to 2. And we'll pick up here when we're ready to add seasoning. Okay, so this is cooked a little bit more. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and add our chili powder seasoning to it. Not too much, just a little bit here. As you can see, I'm just giving it a few shakes. There's already a lot of flavor going on here. I haven't even added salt, and there's really no need to. We got all the chili powder. You can see some of that in there. I'm going to go ahead and just stir that in. It is smelling amazing. I've got the fire down on low right now. I'm just working with that high heat, slowly simmering down here. The sharpness of that garlic is cooked off, and slowly started blending in a little bit with the veggies and the chocolates that are in here. So it's not overpowering, just enough to give it a little bit more character. So now you can see a little bit better here. We got some more light so you can kind of see what we're working with here. You'll notice here, even the chocolates, they're starting to, they have that look of steak. So for anybody who knows, we could have put veal in here, or we could have put some chopped up steak strips, but there is not an ounce of animal meat in here at all. Nothing, none. This is all vegetarian protein, vegetarian substitute for steak. And it has the same color. We chopped it up into strips. I mean, it has the same look, same feel. And when you bite into it, you'll be surprised with the taste. So we'll let this sit for a little bit here, and then we'll come back here for the last crowning touch. Okay, here we go again. The last crowning touch is a tablespoon and a half for this size. Tablespoon and a half of butter. And you can see it slowly melting in. We're going to go ahead and give it a good stir. Our fire's on low. I'm going to go ahead and turn the fire out, because as this starts to simmer down a little bit, that butter is going to melt in nicely. Give it a good final stir. And right about now is the point where I like to call it good. While it's sizzling, I like to take it off the stove and then serve it just like this, still sizzling in the iron skillet. And this will thicken up just a little bit with that butter in there, and it will give it the most amazing, amazing taste and texture. So, in just a little bit here, we'll serve this up on a tortilla. So we will be right back. Okay, so everything has been perfectly cooked, and we are now ready to actually serve this on a tortilla. So I like to put a little bit of butter on the tortilla, and then there's a little bit of cheese on there. And then what I like to do is just take a little spatula full of it here and just transfer it right over into the center. When it comes right off the skillet, it's an amazing experience because the heat will just melt that cheese right into the fajitas. For me personally, everybody's a little bit different. Some like to add salsa, some like to add a little sour cream. I like mine just like this, when it's so hot off the skillet that it's melting the cheese right in. So at this point, it's ready, and I am hungry, very hungry.